welcome back to Going Solo here on Music Free Gaming. It is great to have you here. You know, I've been looking at this river for a while, pretty much ever since I spawned into this world, and I think I need a bridge. Right? So I've got a bridge over that way towards my iron farm, but heading back over that way is my industrial district. But I thought it might be nice to actually build something over there eventually. But if I'm going to do that, I think I want a bridge to get over there and just make it easier to run back and forth so I don't have to fly and I don't have to worry about, all of the creatures of the deep, because some of them are scary and throw dinner forks at you. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a bridge here, and I need to figure out where it is, what I'm going to build it out of. I have planned exactly none of this as usual, so it's sure going to go great. This is my Silky Spoon Mark II. Okay, but let's try spelling spoon correctly, because it's not spelled with a K. That would be like a really, really soft ghost. Right? A silky spook? Yeah, something like that. All right, so the first row is all the way across, and it's, well, long and straight and boring. This side of the hill is one block lower, so a little terraforming to bring this up a little bit, I think, would make some sense. Just a little bit. I don't have a huge amount of dirt and stuff with me right now, but a little bit of something here. This tree is going to have to go because it's in the way of progress. But I'll bring this across, and I'm starting with stone brick. I don't know that it's all going to stay stone brick, but as I said, I like to start boring and add texture and stuff later. So we'll start there, and then see how else I want to handle the rest of the shape to this thing. Do I want to do something here in the middle? Yes, absolutely. I am not going to leave this big gaping hole in the middle of my bridge. That just seems to be a little bit annoying. And, dangerous and not helpful to the whole, don't fall into the water with all of the fishy things that want to stab you with forks. So, I'll go figure out what to put in here. Do you plan your builds? Yeah, well, no, not at all. They just sort of happen, and sometimes they work out okay. But I don't plan them. I don't go into creative and build them there first, because I don't like building them twice, So, oh yeah, this is going to be great. Yes, I don't like building my stuff twice, so I just do it all at once in creative or in survival and hope for the best. And sometimes it works out great, and other times, well, I end up with a shack. But, make it work. Now, I've got marked out the bridge, right? It's 5 blocks wide, but I've got these little wings on it. And I put the wings on there intentionally because I wanted to mark out sort of where I wanted some things to go. Right? Now, these are bottom slabs. And I did that partly for spawning reasons, really, because then this bridge isn't spawnable, right? The whole bridge platform. So I don't have to worry quite as much about there being light. I do kind of have to worry about actually, being up on the bridge. And one of the things I've never really figured out is how to get into swim mode. Okay, there it goes. And then can I get out of the water? Nope, sorry. Doesn't happen. I just fire fireworks off into the air and smash into trees, and best flyer ever. Anyway, so I'm going to take these spruce logs, run them across, try to keep sort of with the theme here, and just see how it goes, I guess. Don't you love it when you get a thought? It's like, I'm going to do something. I have no idea how it's going to happen. Sure, this'll be fun. This is one of those things. I never make coarse dirt. It's just not something I typically use, but today is the day, my friends, for Minecraft to just sort of freeze. Okay, there we go. Ha! All right. Yes, today's the day. I will, in fact, deliberately use coarse dirt for something that's not a hill. Cool. I do want to pick up the dirt. Hey, I'm building here. You're going to love it. It's going to get a nice shady spot for fish people everywhere. Okay, so we'll just, these drowned just do not understand the relentless march of progress. He's got one of my slabs. Well, you know what? I will take that back from you, thank you very much. He's drowned these days, man. Just no consideration for people. Says the guy who just killed a drowned for a slab. Cool. So yeah, so now we'll come in with the trench. All right. All right. Well, that's not where that stair goes. It's just gonna sit and hover there for a while and make friends and influence people. Right? That's what stairs do, right? They just sit around, making friends, influencing people, right? All the good stuff. Okay, so I'm halfway down the bridge with the water, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and plant some sugarcane along the side here. And the idea is, one, is that I'll let it grow up to be 3 high, and then I'll build on top of the sugarcane, and let that sort of be a visual wall, even though it's not a actual wall. And then I'll run some stuff along the outside here to cover up some of the dirt. And probably some stuff underneath as well. But that, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. And then this, I think what I'll do is I'll line like trapdoors along the top to cover up the water. And we'll just let this all grow. So that's the plan. And I've got to finish getting water all the way down here. And then I've got to do this side. This is going to take roughly eternity, give or take a couple of hours. So I guess I'll get a good night's sleep and keep at it. Okay, so this side of the bridge, I've got all the water in. Sugarcane's in place. I'll let it grow up to 3 high. I mean, I don't know what I've got in my sugar farm to, force that to finish by hand, but I think that's a good start. Said I'll then build on top of it and do some slabby work over top of this water channel here. But ultimately, I think this is going to work out okay. So I guess the next thing I need to do is take this out and mirror what I've got going on that side over here. And that is going to take a hot minute, I'll tell you. Oh, man, this is so tedious. What idiot decided to put water on stairs above an ocean or above a river, right? That person really needs to rethink their life choices. Monsters nearby. Man, I don't want there to be monsters nearby. Always monsters nearby. And they're never interesting monsters either, You never meet any really interesting monsters, They're just always, like, so focused on their careers and eating people's brains. They're just not the most interesting creatures out there, I think we need more interesting monsters. But, that's just me. All right, since I don't have my shield, we're going to just Leroy Jenkins this mess. Okay, you're under my house, by the way. It's under my house and not considerate enough to leave a fork. I mean, just Man, I'll tell you, these drown these days, still no consideration at all. Finally, both sides have water in them. Both sides have sugar on them. I am waiting for the sugar to grow because I want it to be 3 high. I don't know that I'm going to try to, push it up to 4, something like that. But I am going to, just let it climb up to there. And maybe I'll take out this first one as I'm trying to figure out some sort of design for this thing. But I think this is going to be a good look once this is all grown up. And then, yeah, I definitely need to do a little bit of something along the sides here and along the bottom. Just so that it doesn't look so goofy. But, ooh, actually, maybe if I run a line of upside down stairs right along here, and I can build up a little bit of depth outside this wall of sugar. Ooh, I like that idea. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go get a stone cutter so I don't have to pay the stairs tax. And see what I can do with that. Okay, so that's not too bad. I've got the stairs in from straight on. All right. Well, it looks like stairs. Or it looks like bricks. From this way, it gives a little depth. Definitely want to do a little bit of something underneath here where I've got the coarse dirt, and maybe a little bit of something underneath this row right here, because that's where I've got the water and it's drippy. I don't know that I really want my bridge to drip, but I think, whoops, now I'm inside the house. Okay, but that's going to be a problem for future me. I'm going to take a look at that here in a little bit. For now, I'm going to go ahead and stack up some of this sugar. And then look at seeing what I could do with 7 block wide sections, I guess. Because, that could be fun. Now, I know you're all going to be very, very shocked, but I am in fact planning something. Yeah, I know. It's okay. The world is not ending. Just gonna try to see what I can play with here and make something look good. Okay, so throw that up there. I think it's a little dark by itself, but if I strip that. Okay, so that's not too bad. Right? Now, I have to remember, this has to connect to whatever's happening over here. So, something to keep in mind. I think I need a little bit of something else coming out this way. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I just want to come in with some stairs. It is a little normal, I guess, but I don't think it's bad. I do think what I want to do, though, is come in with something that's got a little bit of a bolder color. I don't really have any black stone. Oh, you know what might look good? Maybe it would be some nether brick. Deep slate would look... Tile deep slate, perhaps, might look good. All right, let's go see what I've got and see what I can get to figure this design out. Okay, so I've got a couple of different materials, right? So I've got the nether brick wall, right? And that looks okay. If I were to come in, do something like that. That's not bad, right? I could go with that. Let's try some deep slate. Okay, right, so got some deep slate wall. This is polished deep slate. All right, so it'd be something like that. Right, and that's not too bad. It's a little bit lighter in color, so it's not quite as dramatic. So that could be interesting. The other thing I got here was some blackstone, right? So I can come in with some blackstone walls. Okay, and drop in something like that, right? So again, it's more monochromatic because it's, you know, black instead of a color. But it is a little darker than the deep slate. So what do you think? And if you're watching this on YouTube, drop a comment right now. Do you like the Blackstone? Do you like the deep slate? Or do you like the nether brick wall? I think I'm going to go with the red nether brick. I know there are groans of disappointment and cheers of triumph, but I think I'm going to go with that. Now, what I want to see here is what this is going to look like with... oh, I don't have water there. What this is going to look like with more stuff heading this way, just to see how this connects. Now, I've marked the 7 by 7. It's actually like a 7 by 3 section here with just an extra slab on the bottom, just so that I can see where it is. All right, and now I guess I'm going to just come out here, plant a little bit more sugar, and just see what this looks like with a couple of sections next to each other. Okay. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. I mean, it does give you a little bit of variation because you've got variation in the gaps, right? In each section, you've got a 3-block gap, and then it's a 2-block gap where the sections merge. Okay. Now, I could do a little bit more here, like, you know, hanging a lantern right down in the middle of this might be good, right? I've got lanterns and lamps. Wow, lanterns and chains. So I could come in like this. Ooh, now that's not bad at all, right? And I just would do the same thing over here, right? Chain, oops, well, I guess I'll move that lantern here in a minute. Okay, so from the outside, that actually looks pretty good. Now, when you're actually on the bridge, it's really subtle. So I'd have to do a little bit of something here on the inside. Now, I've already talked about maybe trapdooring over the top of these bridges, or tops of these stairs, because you'll be walking on top of them, right? Right, there's the bridge deck that's kind of like right here. So putting a little something on this side to add some depth would be great. And it could be the same thing, it could be different, but that's, I think, something that I'll get to play with a little bit as I go across, but at least for the outside of this bridge, I really like this. I think this is going to be a fun design. And I'm not 100% sold on the stripped logs on top of the sugar, but I think it's going to work. It brings the colors together, for one thing. I mean, sure, I could put coarse dirt along the top, but I think that's going to work. And then, yeah, and then I'll just get to come in here and figure out what's happening down here. Sweet. All right. Let's build the outside of a bridge. So, curious, have you all had any like successes today? Big ones, small ones, maybe this week, you know? Your hot chocolate was just the perfect temperature, you know? Just curious, you know? It's nice to celebrate the small successes sometimes, right? Just those little things that say, yep, I was totally successful at this today, and I am glad and happy the way things turned out, right? It's good to celebrate those little things, right? I had a really great taco, right? You know, something like that. Let's maybe take a moment and celebrate those small things. All right, so we got the last section on this side in. So now let me get off the bridge here. All right, so there we go. There we go. Still waiting for some of the sugar to grow in, but that's looking pretty good. I like that. I like what that's doing. So, cool. So now I need to do the other side, and then I'm going to have to figure out what's going to happen in here. I already mentioned that when I was working through this. And I don't know. But I really do like what this looks like. Especially like if you're down here on water level. Oh, that's going to look cool when all the sugar is grown in. Ooh. All right. Sweet. All right. So we'll go get some more materials to do the other side because I need more nether brick fence or wall, actually, and probably some more chains. So guess I'll head down here and grab some more. Man, I am so inconsistent about where I'm putting things. But it's okay, right? At some point, this will all catch up with me, and I won't at all scream in terror and pain at my sorting. No, not at all. I'll just look at this like, oh, I was so cute once. Okay, second side is done. And you can see, like, over here where the sugar cane has actually grown up more. That's looking pretty good. It definitely needs some... something to break it up in the middle, because looking all the way through. So I think a little bit of something on the inside is going to look really cool. I don't know what that something is going to be, but it's going to be there. So we'll go see what I can do. I'm sure I'll be able to figure out something that makes, all sorts of sense, or I don't know. Maybe even aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. I'm so confused. I can't even grammar right now. So we'll figure out something. Put in some dark oak trapdoors. I had this jungle there, but that wasn't providing enough contrast. The dark oak is helping. It would be nice if it were a little bit darker, I think, but it's kind of working. Maybe what I need to do too is change some material here. I definitely need something for the roof. And maybe what I'll do actually for the roof would be I could take some blackstone or maybe some deep slate along the top of this. That might work. I might even bring a little bit of it down this way. That's not a bed. It's dark out, and I am not sleeping in a bed. See, this is the problem with nighttime, is it gets dark and scary, and I want my bed. Yeah, but if I were to take a little bit of deep slate over the top of that, or let's see, I've got some blackstone, but it's polished. I need a stone cutter to get some stuff. No, I think the blackstone's going to be too dark, but some deep slate. Yeah, I think some deep slate would look pretty good with that. I could even take some deep slate along there, or I could replace these stairs with maybe dark oak stairs, or even spruce stairs, something along those lines. Let's see. I don't have enough dark oak here, so let's grab some of that. Now let's turn those into stairs. And let's try this with the dark oak stairs. Is it going to work? I don't know. But I do like the extra contrast here that this gives, and having the stone at the top was okay, but it just sort of, I don't know, just didn't quite fit. I still like the chains going across there. That's right. And then I could come in. I feel like I need to do a little bit of something along here, but I mean, I could come in with dark oak slabs, or if I put deep slate on the ceiling, I could run some deep slate across this as well. But so it's not too bad overall, though. I think what I'm going to have to do is just build it out. Build out a bunch of this here on the bridge, and just start getting the ceiling in place. Or maybe I'll put it in the ceiling first. And then play with it on the inside with how it meshes with the ceiling. Because I think that's about the only way I'm going to be able to figure out what's going to work here. Because this, it's nice. I mean, it's great, but it's really, really green. And definitely needs some contrast. So, well, I like it. At least the basics, especially on the outside. As you get in here, it needs to be broken up. And what I've got, it doesn't quite give me the variation I need on this side. So definitely something to play with. All right. Well, so I've definitely have a lot to work on to try to figure out how this is going to work, but there are some great ideas. There are some bad ideas. There are lots of, well, just random empty whooshing sounds in my wee little mind. But I think this is starting to look good. And you can see from this back here, I think this is going to work out well. So definitely more to work on. So I'm going to have to take care of that in another video. So until then, remember to like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.